Hello everyone and welcome to the program Talk Sport here on Global Television. I am Samuel Odi. Many thanks for joining on today's edition of the program. We saw actions yesterday in UFC, UEFA Champions League. I'm thinking boxing because Kamaru Usman is going to be having a fight really soon. Conversations are ongoing and I can't wait to see Kamaru Usman in the cage again doing what he knows how to do best, which is knocking out people and winning championship belt. So that's the reason why I said UFC. So we'll have that conversation in the second segment of today's edition of Talk Sport. But yesterday we saw lots of action in UEFA Champions League. Liverpool, despite having challenges and with their form and all of that, and also the interview that Mo Salah had, which erupted the entire football space, it's also showing that despite all of that, Liverpool stayed focused and they were able to get a win away from home in San Siro, which is something that's really hard to do when it comes to playing in the UEFA Champions League. But we saw them getting away from home, and that is, to boost their confidence, I guess, ahead of the games that will be coming up later this weekend. And also we saw Chelsea being inconsistent again by losing to 2-1 to Atlanta. That happened away from home. Chelsea actually scored first, and then they had lots of opportunities and they did not capitalize on that, and that's made them pay when Atlanta had the opportunity to find the back of the net twice, and they did. We saw interesting actions here on the local scene. We saw preparation. Remo Stars, the current champions of Nigerian Premier Football League, getting themselves ready and building up their squad ahead of their clash with former champions Eyimba of Aba. So we'll see how all of that conversations will be going through, and we will bring you major highlights from the world of basketball. And also one of our very own Gift Uchenna, who played in South Illinois in the United States of America, who plays for the University of South Illinois, will be having her boot camp this weekend here in Nigeria. She started her basketball career with Gilali Basketball. I'll be having her first ever head coach to join us in this conversation to tell us what this boot camp is all about and what it's going to be in terms of training journalists, athletes, and also coaches. We'll have more conversations around that just in a jiffy. So moving on, starting from the home front as always, 86 Nigerian athletes for African Youth Games. The first batch of Nigeria's contingents to the 4th African Youth Games, Lunda 2025, departed the country on Monday, December the 8th, as preparation reached peak for contingent Prime Youth Multi-Sport events. Nigeria will be proudly represented by 86 athletes competing in 12 different sporting activities, including athletics, badminton, boxing, beach volleyball, cycling, judo, golf, swimming, table tennis, taekwondo, tennis, and weightlifting. The African Youth Games, scheduled to held from today, December the 10th to the 20th, 2025, mark a historic moment as Angola becomes the first nation to host the Games. The event will unfold across 6 host cities, including Lunda, Bangula, and Bango, bringing together young athletes from age 14 to 17 from up to 54 African countries. The National Sports Commission stated that the African Youth Games serve as a developmental platform aimed at promoting sport and youth engagement across the continent, identifying and nurturing emerging talent, preparing young athletes for major global competitions, including acting as qualifiers for Dakar 2026 Youth Olympic Games, and fostering unity, cultural exchange, and integration among African nations. The National Sports Commission and the Nigerian Olympic Committee expressed confidence in Team Nigerians' preparation and performance prospects of shining brighter in Angola. So looking at the squad from their faces, you can see that all of these young individuals are actually young. Based on the reports we have from 14 to 17 years of age, those are the individuals that will be representing Nigeria, and we are expecting to see all of them snatching gold medals at all of their different categories that they will be performing at. So we'll be seeing how all of this pans out, and we'll definitely bring you highlights of what the medal table will be looking like from all the way from Angola. So stay locked in with Talk Sports to get all of the updates of this major African Youth Games that is happening in Angola is actually going to be kick-starting today, and definitely from tomorrow, medal tables will start running in, and definitely will definitely be on top of all of those matters. So moving on, National Sports Commission, AFN, probe age discrepancy, which is a very big concern in the Nigerian athletic world. The Athletic Federation of Nigeria has constituted a special investigative panel to examine the allegation of age discrepancy involving young athletes who competed at the 2025 African Under-18 and Under-20 Championship in Abeokuta. Details of the committee were made available to our correspondent yesterday. The Federation has appointed its vice president, Abubakar Gurumi, to lead the inquiry, while other members, including Musa Amadu, Olumide Oyedeji, and Dele Kongia. The committee expected to deliver its finding ahead of January's deadline issued by their athletic integrity unit. The AIU recently wrote to the Federation demanding clarification on the number of athletes flagged off multiple dates of birth death records. The unit informed the AFN that it was required to provide a response by email by no later than 5 p.m. January 16th, 2026, meaning the committee must conclude its work before then. The development follows the Federation initial statement on Monday, in which AFN Secretary General Israel Iran confirmed that President Tokobo Okowa had ordered a full-scale investigation. Yes, during the Abuja Marathon, half marathon, the entire sport of crew of Talk Sports was the president of the AFN and also the second vice president, Ako, who also were very particular about age, and also they were very vocal about the fact that age discrepancy and all of that is something that they are very, very particular about, and all of these concerns will be investigated. We're going to have them have conversation around this. We'll definitely get them on the phone to know what the problem really is and how far the progress is ongoing in line with the investigation to, sort out all of it. Because the Olympic Youth Games in 2026, we shouldn't be having conversations like this, and also Olympics that is also going to be coming up, we shouldn't be having conversations around age discrepancies and all of that. So we'll look into all of these, and definitely when the investigation is done, sanctions definitely would happen to either the organizers, or someone is actually just going to be punished for, whatever it is that would be coming out. We just hope that it's not going to be negative. It has to be positive, in line with all of the aging and anti-doping, all of that. So we just hope that everything is going to, pan out well. So now let's move on. Moving away from athletics, let's talk cricket quickly. Hostilities begins in CCC, that's CCC Premier League. 3 weeks after the start of the action in the lower division, attention has now shifted the Club Cricket Committee Premier League, the highest division of Nigerian's cricket league, which bowled off last weekend with a high octagon matches at the Tafawa Balewa Square overhaul and University of Lagos Cricket overhaul, I beg your pardon. The TBS overall reigning champions Rising Stars began their title defense with a 31-run over MRI Warriors. Vashal Sharma delivered player of the match performance for Rising Stars, leading their innings with 56 runs from 41 balls, including 8 boundaries and 1 6. The second Premier League game at the venue between Super Eagles Cricket Club and Island Titans Cricket Club was also abandoned after a rain delay. The University of Lagos overall witnessed the biggest rain of the opening weekend, where Foundation Cricket Club welcomed the newly promoted Rock Cricket Club of Abeokuta to the top division with a 109-run thrashing. And then we saw how all of that panned out. Cricket is evolving, and we are going to have the president, one of our editions, Mr. Uche, who is the president of Softball and Baseball Federation, who is also in line with cricket, who is also a member of the cricket board, to have conversations on how cricket is being evolving and developing in Nigeria. So So we'll see how all of that pans out. As we're talking all the cricket, let's move and talk about basketball quickly, as hopes with Gift Camp 2025 is here. This is one of the biggest camp right now in Nigeria and Africa, which aim to use basketball as a tool to take 100 young men and women from the streets through the beautiful game of basketball, to teach them the disadvantage of drugs and away from social violence, teaching them good morals, and making sure they don't have concerns and families don't worry about them. The beautiful game of basketball brought Gift Uchenna to the limelight. Gift Uchenna traveled out of Nigeria through Gilali Basketball Academy some years ago, and from there to turn down, and now she has the US, and she has been reportedly being a very good Nigerian player. She was also invited to the national team and back to the US with dominant force for the big wins that she have. Uchenna's basketball journey began with Gilali Basketball Academy here in Nigeria, where her size, strength, and energy stood out. She moved to Japan to attend Conchur High School and later earned a scholarship for Shin University in Taipei, Taiwan, helping her team win 2 national championships and earning MVP. Also being tagged with the rebound queen and also a block queen. That's what her nickname is on the basketball court. In the United States, she plays currently for Southern Illinois University, averaging 14.5 points and 12.8 rebounds per game in the 2024-2025 season. Then she transferred to the University of Wisconsin to compete in the tough Big Ten and continued her rise as a WNBA prospect. Gift is known for her athleticism, strength, and energy. She rebounds, defends, and finishes with authority at every level. She is now giving back to the community by hosting her camp this weekend, Hoops with Gift. This will be coming up later this weekend here in Abuja. So enough stories about Gift. Gift is actually one of my very good friends, and then she has been very, very athletic, and she is very, very good at what she does. So now let's just bring you a quick highlight of what her 2024-2025